Topical issues, fruit eating for future survival. This is an interesting topic. In the beginning, when my teaching began, I was talking of eating the fruit. Yes, and today I'm talking about eating the fruit. Eating the fruit means acquiring knowledge and being able to utilize it for the benefit of the person, for the benefit of the community, for the benefit of the country, and for the benefit of the world. And who knows, in the future, it may be for the benefit of the universe as we move on. Eating the fruit has never been an easy thing. For the Christian Bible readers, it came with consequences. People were thrown out of the Garden of Eden because they ate the fruit. Snakes were cast to bite the human because of eating the fruit. Yes, the man was cast to toil because of eating the fruit. And there was sworn enmity between the woman and the snake, their offsprings. The seed of the woman was to step on the head of the snake and crushed. Those were the effects of eating the fruit. Where was Adam when Eve was eating the fruit? Who is Eve? When I began this, Eve was reared up. That's what it meant. Adam was reared up, but Eve is the producer. Is the producer. The giver of life. Yes, the producer. When eating the fruit happened, the parasol or the paradise of Eden or Eve's den, the one who creates the den of the one who creates, was not at peace. Things fell apart. Because in the Garden of Eden, life was business as usual. Wake up in the morning, take a stroll in the land of the parasols, the paradise, and eat food. You could pick things that grew by themselves. Don't touch the fruit of knowledge. Don't touch the fruit of life. Don't. Because if you do, there are consequences. While Adam slept, the Creator, the giver of life, Eve, in the den, went wandering about, meandering about like the snake. And for sure she met the snake. And the snake looked at the fruit of knowledge and told her, "Woman, do you know this fruit can be make a change in your life. And that book says, and the woman asked how, and the snake told the woman, here is a fruit, have a taste. And she had a taste, and it was sweet, and it was nice, and it was good. And the snake had shown the woman the fruit of knowledge. And the woman tasted, and it was sweet. And the next thing to think of was to get to her husband, Adam. Dung, earth, blood, red soil, Adam. And give him the fruit. Yeah. We were told not to eat the fruit. I've discovered taste of the fruit. And Adam tasted of the fruit. And whoa, it was sweet. It was nice. But in the process of eating the fruit, after eating the fruit, they realized they were naked. Oh, what we do? We are naked. And here, something had to be done. They rushed for the leaves and rushed for everything and covered themselves, and still they were naked. And the time that God used to visit came. And they heard the sound of God, and whoa! They took to hiding places. God came to meet his friends. There was nobody. And asked Adam, Eve, where are you? Where are you? They came with their skirt of twigs and whatever, and they were trembling and shivering, and God told them, what have you done? The other time we've been in the garden, you've not been running away. But they told you, see, we are naked. Who told you are naked? So you've eaten the fruit. And yes, we are in that situation. In our daily life, we have been having a ritualistic living. In our economy, we have been having a ritualistic living. Our technological environment, we have been having a ritualistic living. Do things as they are, do not touch. As they are, as you found them. Who are you to tell us that these things should be done differently? This is paradise, the place of the parasols. Yes. The fruit of knowledge is seen to eat. Don't eat of the fruit of knowledge. Don't! And that has put us in a quagmire. It has come with expensive results for people to eat fruits. Remember France, the land of the gods, the land of the kings. And here is a queen from Romania, brought up in luxury. She's married to a king's family. Luxury. The civilians are working and the crops are not producing everything, and wow. They say now when things have gotten to the last point, you run to the king because you have been giving things to the king. And the king, just like Adam was not there. In the land of parasol, the king is not there. What a shock. And they got there. And what did they find? In Parasol, in the palace. The queen was there. Marie. Eve was there. I thought our solution has come. She ate the fruit. She gave it to the king, to Adam in Paris. We have found our solution. If Queen Mary, Your Excellency, we've come. Oh, Your Highness. It used to be, what do they say? The British one, because we were a British colony, it was say that God save the king or God save the queen. So I don't know if the French said the same thing, but they said something similar. We the people of France, the gods, those who fight and people tremble. Farmers, we have come, we are in a quagmire. There's no bread. And they knew they were getting their solution. Here is the one who ate the food. To their surprise, Marie opened her mouth. What is the matter with these people? Because she'd grown up in luxury. She didn't know people miss. She didn't know there was hunger. And this was the answer she gave. Look at these fools. They're coming to the land of parasols, to the palace, to tell me that there is no bread. Can these people think? If there is no bread, why don't you eat cakes? What is the problem with these people? Lack of knowledge. No bread, eat cakes. It costed Marie's life. It costed the king's life. There was a shake-up in France. That was the end of kingdoms. That was the past. The world does not have to go through such a changes again. No. It was painful. They brought the guillotine. The guillotine family had to start hiding their name because they invented a machine that you have to put a big sharp metal up there, release it, put the king's head, the queen's head, and the heads were gone. And people are talking of the guillotine, everything, guillotine. And the guillotine family was in fear. You still have the guillotine, we cut them peppers with, we cut them other things with, they cut them kings and queens' heads with the guillotine. Woo! The guillotine. The guillotine. Must we have the guillotine? The guillotine family went into hiding. Let's not set other people going into hiding. Our ritualistic lives came as usual. King, queen, Garden of Eden, eat the fruit from the snake. It's sweet, but they shouldn't eat the fruit. We have come to a point where there's knowledge dispensation. Economical knowledge, political knowledge, knowledge in all aspects. But like the king in France and the queen in France, all we can think of is the ritualistic life. They'll come worship us. They'll come bring us. Yes. They will obey. The cost is the guillotine. Can the world bear such a cost? No. That's why I'm talking about eating the fruit. We have to change to the world dispensation, or else the calotin, and it's painful. They put our head somewhere and they will release. This is the calotin. Why am I talking about this? Africa, we've been sleeping. The world political life has been sleeping. You are supposed to be put in position. You are the big man. They worship you. They worship you. They tremble when they see you. But they're not supposed to give their suggestion. Don't. We shall bring the guillotine. Wow, the guillotine. But now, what happened? It was not the king who executed. The king was executed. Ooh. Change of things. Let's not bring execution in our political lives, in our economical life. We cannot bear it because the majority will turn against the gods, will turn against everything. Marie and the king of France had the gods, they had everything. Marie had been brought up in the wealthiest family in the world. She didn't know lack. So she knew people have bread, they have cakes, they have everything. Because she'd never lacked. She'd never lacked. She had never lacked. When people rushed to her for solution, because she'd never lacked, she knew that these people now know how to make bread. Don't they know that people can make cakes from bread? But what people were in essential telling them, this ritual of us making cakes and bread for you cannot work anymore. We don't have wheat. That's what they were telling her. So without wheat, you can't even make cakes. You can't make it. That's why we have come. Leaders of the world, leaders of every country, Africa, Kenya included, we've been used to a ritualistic type of politics. Don't oppose me, there will be consequences. Don't talk about what I want to do, there will be consequences. Don't interfere with what I think. I am the chief planner. Well, there'll be consequences. And the African people, the world people, have learned that at a very high expense. It has happened. Many countries in the world. They say this in Kiswahili, mwerevu hajinoi. If you are clever, you don't shave your head. You cannot see all the sides. You can't shave your head. 2, they say, ukiona mwenzako anatiwa maji. When in the old days, people used to shave with a certain blade and you had to wet the head so that you don't cut the skin. Mwenzako akinyolewa, tia kichwa chako maji. I am calling for the political landscape, our political leaders. This population you have is a very difficult population. Oh, we wish it was the day of the parasols. It was paradise where they listened. They did a routine, a ritual. Jump, they jump. They don't ask why. These people have eaten the fruit. They have eaten the school. Ooh, they have eaten the knowledge. They have eaten the school. Trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. They ate the fruit. They ate the books. They ate the school. They ate comparison. Whoa! Trouble in paradise. What do we do? Do we stick to our position, expecting the ritualistic behavior that has been in the land of the parasols? No, we have to change. We have to change. Because changes effected by angry masses come to the French Revolution type of thing. Guillotines fall. Heads fall. The guillotine families tremble. But you don't tremble. The head has gone. Let's not have fear of the people. Let's not say we must always have our way. Because if they get mad, they'll have their way. They did it in France. If they get mad, they'll have their way. They did it in Russia. Whoa! The Serbs did it. By this, I am calling to fellow Kenyans. I've been a rabbit dog. Biting here, biting there, biting everywhere. I remember in the process of biting, there was a time I went to a supermarket here. I was having phone problems. Hacking! I went to be helped. And the next place where I had to change money. And the lady, seeing me, thought I was an enemy. She didn't understand. She thought I was after a tribe. I'm not after any tribe. And I went to change money. Not change money, withdraw money so that I buy. They call it the airtime in Airtel to try and see if these problems will not be there. But before the lady could serve me, she asked me a question. Are you a Kenyan? I wondered. Everything is Kenyan about me. Why is somebody asking a Kenyan? Then I sat and thought. And then I realized this lady has gotten me the wrong way. I'm not hitting any tribe. I told her I'm a Kenyan. When people are serving this process of giving money, do they need ID? Oh no, she just told me it was her by the way. I knew she was telling me something. Another time I came and I didn't have money, the same bench, same supermarket. And there was another lady who had come ahead of time. I think she knew I was coming because I told you I've got attachments. And she had a lot of money trying to show me because I didn't have money, putting money there. And she told me, can I give you this money? I knew it was a mockery. It was not a joke. She didn't know me. Just come. And I told her, for now, no, but later I may need money. I'll come and meet you at the same bench. Telling her that I know you've come ahead of time to tell me what is all this thing you are doing. You don't have money, you don't have anything. You benefit from money. Support us. There's nothing like supporting us. This is a country. We have to have diverse views. Our politicians, people from different dispensations. These citizens you see here are not the illiterate ones that were there. They are not worshippers. They do not worship. But they listen to reason. And they'll reason with you too. They have eaten the fruit. You took them to school. They ate the fruit. They ate the books. And they have eaten comparison from different countries. Let's handle this with a lot of care. These are those serfs in France. These are those serfs in Russia. They are banning because they want changes, but they are not getting them. They want to share the information, but they are being told what should be done. They have information. They can tell you also how they can be helped. By this, I'm not interested in any political, and I don't even have the money. So I told you of the lady who came there, she had 10,000 shillings. It was supposed to be a lot of money. We have handled sometimes more than that, but it was supposed to be a lot of money, and it was a mockery. You have nothing, you cannot even afford airtime. Your clothes are torn. Here you are busy telling us of changes. They will change my party. They will change my system. They will change what I'm used to. Are you a Kenyan? Can I give you money so that you shut that trap down before we shut it for you? This is what I'm saying. I'm not capable of politics. I'm not interested in carrying that. You hear, I want to be an MC here, I want to be a what? Please, hammer me down. I'm calling about on Kenyans with like minds. You've eaten the fruit. Yes, you have eaten the bread. You have eaten the cake. You have eaten all the books. You've eaten comparison. Why don't Kenyans who think of Kenya like-minded like me and others? No tribe, no party. No, they all follow the ritual. It is business as usual. My party has to win. My party has to win. My tribe has to win. We are a country of 42 tribes, going to 40. Some may never get that chance to win, but that song should be, Kenyans, can we win? I'm answering that lady this question. I am a Kenyan, a true Kenyan, a born Kenyan. I think Kenyan. The other lady who had sat there with the money, I'm answering you this question. I may not have money, I may appear to be poor, but this that I'm giving to you, I've gotten it under siege. I know you may not believe it, but it's God giving me what I'm telling you. God wants changes. God wants bloodless changes in Kenya. Bloodless changes in Kenya. People are hell-bound to having their way. They are calling for blood. They are calling for violence. They are calling for us to fight one another. Others are used to their positions. They don't want anything interfered with. Like the prophet Elvis, a preacher from Uganda, saw when one time we were coming to this dispensation. He says there'll be cracking of the old tires. The other tires will have to come. There'll be change of dispensation. People will not worship anything else. They will worship true leadership. Get to them. For people with that, I also barking like or biting like a rabid dog will not help. I'm talking of Kenyans who can be able to get, I have not done this blogging or whatever, get together like-minded, not people who are aligned to any tribe, aligned to any parties. Let's talk of how Kenyans can be able also to make the blocks move as we talk to our leaders to see sense that paradise is no more. People have to change. Those, I'll give my email, stanleydikoha@gmail.com. Those who can be able to email, I'll try to open. I've not been opening because many things happen, hacking and whatever, I never get. But please write so that we can talk of, I may not be having money. I don't have that. I was told clearly, I told you. Others think I'm not Kenyan. Others think I'm partisan. I'm not partisan. I'm not supporting any from whatever. I'm just a neutral Kenyan who wants good life for us. find a way of getting in touch so that we may see of how we can be able to exchange ideas and do our things at a lower citizen without political interest, tribal interest, for the benefit of our motherland. Because changes are coming here, they are going to affect the whole world. As we sleep, others have gone far. Do you know? I know when I say this, people will be surprised. There are some countries where vehicles are using computer, they go by themselves. Now people are not driving. Autopilot, you can be able to send a truck to some place, deliver goods as it comes with, and it will not cause accidents. There are many things we are still behind. Let's not remain behind by our economical structures, our political structures, our traditional structures, our religious structures, putting us in chains. These chains. You will not have handcuffs on you. But once your brain is chained, you are useless. Let's not be prisoners. Let's get out of that. Let's have a peaceful change. A change that will fit every Kenyan, every dispensation, every political class. That's what I call upon anybody who can be able to communicate on that, communicate. So that those who are not in the political line, in the financial line, they are not fighting for business or whatever to make bad profit, but would like a proper change for Kenya in the structures and everything. We get together, we discuss ideas. You may be a politician, you may be just a common man, you may be a hawker teacher like me, you may be a hawker in the street. This is our country. Remember when we had the failed election? People died, people slaughtered one another. There was bloodshed. Let's not have bloodshed again. Let's have peaceful changes. I'm calling to my fellow Kenyans. This is a calling from God, a calling for peace. Let's allow changes to change us. Otherwise, people will force change. We don't want the guillotine. We don't want the pain. We want a place where we shall talk, we shall act together as a nation, change the